Good afternoon and welcome to the National Volleyball Centre here in Kettering as we get ready for the final game to start in the Five Nations tournament, and we have the women's bronze medal game here on court 2 between Northern Ireland and Ireland. Michael Hansen-Morris, Dennis Schott with you for this one as we get ready for another Irish battle, having just seen a crazy 5-setter in the men's bronze medal game with the Irish men coming back to reverse sweep and pick up the bronze medal 3-2. We'll see if the Irish women's team can make it 2 from 2 or if Northern Ireland can also claim a medal. And Dennis, these two teams met yesterday afternoon, Ireland winning 3-0, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be easy for this Irish team.
Yeah, I mean, it was a starting lineup and some of the bench, a bit of rotation going on the Northern Irish side, so it's going to be difficult to judge who's going to be starting. A couple of the players had some standout performances, such as Captain Amy Oliver on her birthday. Good performance in terms of blocking and running their middle attacks down the middle. On the other side, Northern Ireland, a standout performer for me and Alex yesterday was TJ Sweeney, the setter, setting up her team in a nice offensive rhythm throughout the entire game, making very nice decisions. So definitely will be interesting to see. And I mean, we've been talking about Northern Ireland's defensive prowess in mainly their libero, McBurney, definitely one of the standout performers on the Northern Irish side. They just seem to stand in the right position every single time, digging balls up that you thought were impossible.
Yeah, and obviously it's a different complexity for this Northern Irish team, having rested a lot of players for that game yesterday, as we get ready to welcome both teams onto court for the bronze medal game, as umpires just about get ready as well. As finally get ready, we will give a brief update. It looks like Scotland in command of the gold medal game, 15-7 up on England, having won the first set in convincing fashion as well. As we'll take a very quick break here for the national anthems of both teams. As national anthems complete, and we're a couple of minutes away from this bronze medal game. And Dennis, have a quick look at this Irish team. Obviously, lots of talent, but they kind of had some issues with serving, serve receive, but the errors are the one thing. If they can keep that down, that's where they're at their best.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a serve and pass battle similar to the one I watched before against Scotland and Northern Ireland. You know, who can get a big bunch of serves in a row, which will definitely shift the momentum. I mean, now with Ireland having a victory under their belt, they can find a winning formula on offense. So it's going to be a matter of how can Northern Ireland regroup after yesterday's loss with their usual starters, probably going to revert back to their main outsides, Grace Allen and Calvin Gemma, both with great serves. I love the chant that's going on down here in the Northern Ireland corner.
Prize for chant at the tournament, because if we do, Northern Ireland just won it.
Yeah, that's some great energy. They clearly won it right now, and let's see whether Ireland can bring the same kind of energy to match that.
As our referees for this game on the stand, Patrick Elder, and he'll be assisted by Dominic Saran as we get ready to welcome our starters. As they will start, number 1, Grace Allen. Number 5, Amy Oliver, the Northern Irish captain. Number 9, Emma Calvin. We'll talk about her, no doubt, in a minute. Number 11, Jenna Clark, the setter. Number 13, Grace Patterson. Number 14, Tara Mooney. And number Gurney, who will be the starting libero.
Yeah,
and Dennis, before we move on to Ireland, we'll talk about it. Gemma Calvin, the powerhouse of this offense.
Yeah, Gemma Calvin, one of the leaders in terms of the outside, but honestly, the serving is what's been impressive in that previous matchup against Scotland. But now we have Ireland here.
As we welcome the Irish team, they'll be led out by their captain, number 3, Emily Frazel. Number 4, the setter, Regina Halpin. Number 8 is Emma Byrne. Number 10, Elmire Byrne. Number 11, Amy O'Sullivan. Number 12, Laura Connolly. And they're starting libero, number 18, Grace Maloney.
Yeah, yesterday Ireland opted for a serve reception and a defensive libero, so it will be interesting to see if that rotation continues.
As the Irish team just getting in a quick huddle, final instructions. Be interesting because Ireland have kind of flipped between during this tournament, like people in different spots, as referees just confirming who is where on serve receive, but kind of two natural opposites playing a lot of time with O'Sullivan and Byrne. Can both play that position, and one of them occasionally rolls into the middle, so it looks like they'll start with Amy O'Sullivan as the other middle, but that Ireland team a little bit flat. Emily Frazel to start. As Scotland bring up set points on gold medal game. We are finally underway here. Bronze medal game, Northern Ireland versus Ireland. And it'll be a free ball for the Irish to start. Middle attack into the block. Won by Amy Oliver.
A triple block on the middle, not something you see often. Maybe something in the scouting report. Rather than trying to run that middle in transition, probably something picked up by the Northern Irish coach.
So Jenna Clark, the setter, back in the traditional position, in position one, and she'll start with the ace.
Jenna Clark with a great serve there. I don't think she started the first game, but ever since she's been on the court, she hasn't left yet, I think. Strong setter with a strong serve, able to construct a clean offense in transition.
Long, deep serve into the corner. Another block by Northern Ireland. The bench loving it, but Ireland will get it over. Short middle ball, not quite the perfect set. Overpass, killed off by Oliver. Not the perfect possession, but Northern Ireland won't matter. They lead early on, 3-0.
Amy Oliver's definitely seen some balls in her time, so not panicking with that situation. Gets the over and finds the easy read for the overpass tip.
Long set out to the outside, off the top of the net tape. Early call by McBurney, free ball Ireland. But again, push set all the way out, and a block by Tara Mooney.
What a block, Tara Mooney, one of the youngest players on this team. She's hyped about that one. That's a huge one-on-one block for her.
And this is a dream start for Northern Ireland. As that and Ireland will get their first rotation in, and Laura Connolly will head back to the service line. She'll go straight at McBurney, not the perfect pass. Back set, cross court swing by Byrne, pushes it wide.
I think that set was a bit inside for the opposite to get to. Always difficult to have to get your feet there and try and crunch that ball down. But like we said before, this is a serve and pass game. Northern Ireland at the moment on top of it.
And there's the serve reception. Not quite there again for Ireland. And they're going to talk it over. Trailing 6-1 early, much needed timeout. And similar to the first set of the final, a lot of it is on serve receive.
Yeah, I mean, serve and pass, that's the battle. That's the easiest way to win points. I mean, I've spoken to Scotland before when they won their game. Clearly, there's a focus here on display in these championships that if you're able to put the ball in play with some pressure on it, a lot of teams tend to crumble. And so far, Ireland haven't found a solution just yet. And it's like we mentioned before, Gemma is the one on the service line, and she is no easy task to deal with.
And out of the timeout, we'll see if we can go. And again, it feels so common.
Yeah.
The service error after the timeout.
Yeah, icing the server always works, but now Ireland have to come up with their own service run. Otherwise, that was all for nothing.
It's the opposite. Emma Byrne, great pass by Calvin. Mooney goes cross court. Pipe attack. Mooney has to play it, and it'll be a free ball Ireland. Fake slide attack into the middle, but Mooney with the monster block again.
Huge block, what a way to penetrate the net. I haven't seen her block that many balls in the previous games, but he's definitely got the frame for it and seems to have found the right technique that works for her. Penetrating over that net, getting that roof.
Some calls of out, some calls of play at Calvin in the perfect position for defense, and they'll call a double touch on Grace Allen. Oh, sorry, it was Jenna Clark trying to set long cross court. And
again, Northern Ireland in the right positions, that time perfectly covering the whole of the block.
Great one-handed dig, but it's back over inside 3 meter set on the Northern Irish side as McBurney again, great positioning. Clark from the pipe.
Oh, here we go, we got
Byrne,
out of here.
right position. But Northern Ireland able to close it out, and that's better. You can see this confidence coming through this Northern Irish team.
Yeah, big back and forth play right now. Tara Mooney again building that confidence. So important for a young player to develop over the course of the tournament, and seems like she's peaking right here in the final game.
So Mooney, who had some strong in the England game, wasn't quite consistent. Can't make that serve, but she's another one. Obviously, we've seen the defense early on, but when she's in her own rhythm on offense, she's caused all three teams in this tournament problems. As Amy O'Sullivan down to serve, getting the support from the Irish back in the arena, but another service error. Neither team have quite found that rhythm on serve right early on.
Yeah, only very early on we got that 5-1 lead, but after that it seems like both teams haven't been able to grasp that rhythm from the service line. Grace Allen, undersized, outside.
As the swing by Fraser into the block, gets the touch she was looking for, and Ireland trail 9 points to 5. Here in Five Nations action, final games of the competition. We will have the trophy ceremony after this over on court 1. As that ball just missing the line. One of those, you go down to play it and realise last minute you're out of court and you just make sure your arms don't touch that volleyball.
Yeah, seems like she tried to punch that one down, couldn't get the right contact with it. I mean, fair play to the Northern Irish team for dodging that bullet.
Always difficult when your set is on in position 1 for her to get all the way over to 4, and the Irish team not quite recognising that in time.
Yeah, calls for help, but not sure who she was calling help from. Another triple block in the middle.
As Mooney puts it over on the dig, but Ireland able to recycle it. Good scrambling defence on the back row, and Northern Ireland will have the 3 ball. Trying to find Calvin, but she can't squeeze it through the block properly. Pin attack rescued. It's going to be tight to net, just pushed over by Allen from the back row. Back set. Great scramble to deny Calvin, and Irish defence out of nowhere.
That's just an insane rally. Tara Mooney managing to get the dig down the line. Northern Ireland scrambling, give that free ball, but somehow get up with a block. But Ireland's cover, rewarding themselves with the point right at the end.
As tried to find the kill. And a miscommunication, the Irish back row, but great awareness. Emily Fraser, that's normally so easy to give a free ball up, but she is aggressive and puts the swing on it.
Yeah, she stays aggressive, gets rewarded for it. I mean, it's not necessarily the power that she put on that ball, but she places it between the seams of 2 players, the outside and the libero. Both look at each other and unfortunately...
Middle attack into the block, but Ireland able to cover and recycle it. Little tip on the deep attack as Allen waits for it, can't find another winner, and Emma Byrne with the big swing, and Ireland are growing into this game, and they're going to force Northern Ireland to take a timeout. Still a 3-point lead for Northern Ireland, but much better from Ireland on both the defensive phase, but more importantly, using the block and finding hands and arms to create points.
Yeah, Northern Ireland have been disciplined on the block, but when the set's been there for the Irish team, the wings tend to be able to find a way around those hands. But like I said, it's going to be a game about consistency on serve reception, but seemingly more important now, whether the setter can deliver accurate balls all the way to the pin so that her hitters have all options available to them. Now, Captain Emily Frizzell to serve.
Well organised by Ireland. They'll get the ball out to Calvin. She's not really found success quite yet, as another block touch goes in, and this time Calvin goes long but gets the encroachment or net touch call, and Calvin's lucky, but this Northern Ireland team really need her to get going.
Yeah, I mean, Calvin is one of their main hitters. That time trying to go for that swing above the umbrella.
As a long back set, and this time able to isolate. Great decision, the long back set, and the Northern Ireland blocker set up towards the middle side, and it meant they were late trying to get out to cover.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get a good set in. Blockers are late, and when blockers are late, it's much easier to use the hands.
As the serve right at McBurney, Calvin into the net.
Yeah, perfect example of what can happen when you put a team out of system. Setter has to struggle her way to the 3-meter line, try and deliver a perfect ball, and that time looks like it was just a bit inside and tight for Calvin to execute a point. So
Laura Connolly, the middle back in. She made her debut at the start of this tournament. One of the younger players here for Ireland, as the defense again stepping up both teams. As the rollover, trying to set middle, but not quite the timing. And O'Sullivan, the ball was behind and she tried to tip it, but couldn't quite control it.
Yeah, Halpin with a great defensive dig at the start of that rally, but sometimes teams need to recognize that their setter is coming out of back row, so they can't quite reach those tight balls.
The Irish serve-receive unit, much better connection, great pass by the other libero for Ireland, Katerina Naredan. And she's made good defense all tournament. You've seen the liberos for this Irish team be comfortable at swapping, and they're both holding up at the moment as this Northern Ireland team can't quite find success swinging. Great diving cover by McBurney, she'll win the point.
Every libero's dream right there. A big kill off reading a very deceptive dump there. That's all credit to her one-handed, let's just call it a spike kill for her.
As Ireland from the back row find the corner. Great cross-court swing by Emma Byrne. And this Irish team starting to put some pressure on. Trailing by 2. As a really awkward looking angle, but great awareness by Patterson to see everything and see the open space and just roll through it early to force it to her right.
Yeah, Patterson's got a good reach on that, twisting that wrist last second, wrong footing the defense.
Back row attack once again, straight to Mooney. Calvin from the back gets a touch on it in the middle, and that rolls out the back. Great idea by Amy Sullivan to challenge the middle, but unfortunately couldn't quite get high enough, and that'll force a substitution for Ireland as O'Sullivan will take that break, and in wearing number 7, Jessica Dowling. We will just double check as Dowling has a really off-handed hit by Frazel. Cross-court swing by Allen, can't find the floor. Another pipe attack, little touch by Patterson. Long set and a big cross-court swing by Frazel. As Ireland with the service error. And Northern Ireland back to a 4-point lead, 17-13. Deep serve, but pass right to the 3-meter line, and another kill for the Irish. And Emily Fraser, the captain's done a really good job swinging. She's not always had the perfect set, but she's been able to do a lot with it. Sometimes, a couple of times gone down the line. We're seeing that cross-court angle as well. Real good discipline. As a little push over, and Ireland have a chance to get this deficit reduced, but unfortunately the error by Emma Byrne.
Yeah, every error is going to get loud at this point. Almost to that 20-point mark. This is where teams start to pull away from the game. And can they do it with some strong serves from the service line right now? Jenna Clark with the set on the second touch. That is a very complicated type of play to execute in a mid-rally. Calvin being ready, but looks like there was some miscommunication right here by the referees, it looks like.
Might be the electronic score sheet's got a little bit of an issue, maybe?
I think the
was it time
Irish
Northern
coach,
Ireland?
So I think what happened was the Irish coach was calling a timeout, but then discovered that they actually had won the point by a center line fault committed by Northern Ireland. Very
so timeout
one.
Ireland is what we think, even though they won the point.
They won the point, yeah.
And obviously a lot of that going through electronically with the system we're using here at Five Nations. But Ireland have done well to get back into the set, having trailed 4-0 and 6-1 early on. But this gap's kind of hovered between 2 and 4 points, which gives Northern Ireland a little bit of a cushion if they want to close out set number 1. So after the timeout, will be goes down the plays it, trying to get under it for the early touch, and that's the first ace by Ireland.
Yeah, coming at a very, very crucial time now, cutting the lead down by 2 after that timeout.
As Allen to the outside, Calvin off the top of the net tape. Emma Byrne was trying to get there, but couldn't quite adjust to the lack of pace.
Yeah, this is when you lean on your experienced players right now. Calvin, Amy Oliver, and obviously the tall and lengthy Tara Mooney. Front court right now, so a lot of options for Clark to pick from.
As the tip through the middle for Connolly, but she pushes it wide. And Northern Ireland, the first team into the 20s. Sub coming for Ireland. It looks to the shortly. There's a long set out off the hand. And Byrne finds the point.
Yeah, that was a much better set this time. Coming from Halpin, pushing the ball all the way to the antenna, and that time Byrne's able to swing it off the hand.
As McBurney gets to it, but can't quite control it, and the block that had gone up wasn't quite quick enough to turn.
It'll be interesting to see if they call a timeout after this, if the Irish team get this point here. Northern Ireland really want to secure this gap late in this set.
Back set, Calvin on the almost a slide attack gets it to go, and a nice change by Northern Ireland. The offense hasn't quite found the success finding the floors they needed to run something slightly different. And here comes the Irish sub. We talked about TJ Sweeney.
Yeah.
We'll check in.
TJ Sweeney improved a lot over the course of this championships. Yesterday, played for most of the game and finally gets her chance at the court.
Yeah, another one of the younger Irish teams. Irish team full of young players getting a lot of experience in this Five Nations tournament. As a joust at the net, and I think unfortunately going in to the net was the Northern Irish team and their middle, Amy Oliver. So Ireland still hanging around, 2 points down, but they need to find a way of putting some service pressure on it. And can Emma Byrne do so? She'll go straight at McBurney. Back row, Calvin can't get over the top of it. And an uncharacteristic set by Gemma Calvin. She's really struggled.
Yeah, doesn't look like she's in her rhythm right now. Maybe the lack of game time late yesterday might be coming to bite her, but that won't matter just yet as they're still ahead in this game.
And just as Ireland got to 1, it's quickly back to 2 on the service error. So Oliver back to serve off the top of the net, played by Sweeney, the setter. Great awareness, and Mooney can't quite close well enough on the block.
Yeah, it was great awareness shown by Sweeney. Very aware that the ball's going to tip the net, and she places it sky high for the team to connect.
McBurney into the scorer's table, and we are tied at 22 apiece, and Northern Ireland want to use this opportunity to talk it over. Head coach Matus Wazinski with his side not in the lead for the first time since 0-0.
Yeah, I mean, great serve by Byrne. Timely timeout called by the coach here, but score's level now. We've got to reset, find a solution. They weren't having any problems up until this point, and Ireland ever so slightly creeping in. I think it's just because they were a lot more consistent on their side of the net, but Northern Ireland need to tune up their side of the net if they want a chance to retain this set. Timeout for Northern Ireland here.
So no more timeouts left. Lots of substitutions left for the coaches in their back pockets as we approach the crunch end of set number 1. Fight at the net. That's Northern Ireland going through the bottom of the net. Luckily everyone's all right. You could love the hustle to try and keep the point alive. They weren't sure which side that was going down, but unfortunately the error, and Ireland take the first lead, and what a time to do it. Northern Ireland able to recycle. Sweeney long out. Fraser again going cross court. She's been the star of this Ireland attack in set 1. The captain stepping up and leading by example.
Yeah, but honestly, I think there's just been such a switch in their offense once TJ Sweeney is delivering the balls all the way to the antenna and gives her attacker all the options.
2 set points, Ireland. Backcourt, Allen, slide attack into the top of the net tape. Donaghy couldn't quite get there. Maybe not the best decision by Sweeney. Something new we haven't seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I mean, call it what you want, but that's a brave play. Not working out in their favor, but yeah, like you said, maybe poor decision making.
Tara Mooney finds the libero in the Reardon. Cadets on it. And we are tied at 24.
Giving a lifeline here after 2 errors by Ireland, so they want to finish it right here.
And Ireland able to side out the second time of asking. And they will bring up set point. Once again, third opportunity. And it will be the middle, Carly Donaghy, who came on midway through the set. She'll go at McBurney. Block touch by Ireland. They'll have a swing for the set. Fraser has to wait on it. Calvin from the back can't convert. Another long rally. Block touch finds the floor. Big moment for Grace Allen. It wasn't the easiest ball to swing at. The block was up and early, but just found enough angle, and we are tied at 25.
Yeah, it's one of those where you hit softly into the block and hope you either get a rebound or you completely throw off the timing of their block.
As the serve goes long. So another opportunity for Ireland in what's been a big set number one. TJ Sweeney now with the opportunity. Three ball Ireland, can they convert? Sweeney from the one, not perfect on the attacking end. Long set out, beats the block, and great positioning by Byrne, but she couldn't quite control it. We tied. Head coach Mark Galunti to make a change. Sweeney and helping reversing the setter. So setter into the back row with Sweeney having just served.
Great pass.
And Ireland getting called for the double touch. And for the first time, Northern Ireland to have set point. It's Grace Patterson, the middle, on the serve. And she goes long, and we continue. I think the longest set was 30-28 with the England-Scotland men yesterday, as these two teams battle out, and we're only in set one.
Whoever's going to win this one is going to have huge momentum next set, but
free ball coming for Ireland. Can they convert? Another set out, left-handed tip. McBurney gets to it over second touch. Block goes up, but recycle, long reverse set. And she finds the floor. Great swing, Emma Byrne.
yeah,
6
fantastic.
to 6. Calvin, overpass. Ireland, another opportunity for the set. Down the line, dug out by Mooney, but not quite able to recycle, and Ireland come from behind. And they will take set number one, 29-27. And I think we can all breathe.
Yep, and breathe. Does the Irish side have the strong support as they come around the court here? They just won that 5-set game, and I'm sure the girls will be looking to do the same right here, maybe in even convincing fashion. I mean, I'm sure they're inspired by their performance, hoping to get this third place finish here in the Five Nations Championships. A little bit of a shaky ending there for Ireland. I mean, a couple setters, substitutions, few setting errors. It started to look a bit shaky. Northern Ireland seemed to just let that lead slip. End of the game, they seem to have things a little more controlled right before things started to look a bit unstructured, especially in those transition opportunities when they're faced with a free ball. And let's give credit to the Irish listed middle blocker playing at outside right now, Amir Byrne. She hit that line in the end perfectly. And Tara Mooney in the right position. just unable to dig it back over.
Indeed, and obviously both teams trying to figure each other out. But yeah, reminder, Northern Ireland led 18-15 in that set. But Ireland came back and had a lot of set points and eventually found the way to close it out. But both teams will be able to take positives from set number one. For Northern Ireland, arguably your best hitter had a worst set of the tournament and took it to extra points. So if they can get her back up and firing, then we know Gemma Calvin's going to cause problems and get the scoreboard ticking over for Northern Ireland, as England won set 3 on court number 1 in the gold medal game, and they're currently with an early couple of point lead in set 4. So maybe we've got a bit of drama on court 1 as well, as court 2 has certainly delivered so far between Northern Ireland and Ireland here. And I think for Ireland, I think the important thing is the development of some of these younger players. Grace Maloney, who's obviously playing libero, made her debut at this tournament. TJ Sweeney, who we saw late in this set, made her debut. Laura Connolly makes her debut. So that's a real boost for this Irish team. Like, they've got some of those younger players, 2004, 2005 born players coming through the system.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that they've got a mix of experience and younger talent. I mean, now they're reverting back to Regina Halpin into set number 4. Always good to have an experienced setter who can try and make more crucial decisions to help her team.
As Northern Ireland will get us underway, set number 2. And a double touch call to start, trying to back set for Emily Fraser to run around and swing. And it's Jenna Clark, the setter for Northern Ireland, on the service line. They try and find a way to tie us up at 1 apiece. And great awareness by Laura Connolly. That was a really tight set, but managed to play it off the arms of the block and find a way to get it down onto the Northern Ireland side of the net. Calvin, and there's the Gemma Calvin we've seen all tournament long.
Yeah, that's a big swing from a heavy arm right there from Gemma Calvin. That's more what we're used to seeing in the previous 2 games. So maybe a bit of talking to, maybe a bit of rest in between that set is all she needed to reset.
And into the block. Wasn't a perfect angle and big swing, but Grace Allen able to stand up to it.
Interesting. TJ Sweeney is already called over to the bench here.
This is what we saw from Northern Ireland in set 1. They got the block up and running, and Tara Mooney with another rejection.
It all starts with a strong serve from Calvin, and now they switch back to TJ Sweeney here. Very early compared to the last set.
As Northern Ireland scrambling, going to get it over, so make Ireland work for it. Sweeney back set, another block by Northern Ireland. This time off the top of net, and Mooney can't quite track it down, but Northern Ireland going to take a load of positives from that.
Yeah, I mean, standing right in the correct positions both times, but not able to get that platform quite there. Some positives still early on, but
as Connolly, standing serve from well behind Mooney, gets to attack it, goes cross court, and they're going to call the violation on Ireland as Sweeney, who's come in, tried to get to it, but it was a front court. Northern Ireland, as they did in set number 1, off to a strong start with Amy Oliver back to the service line. Sweeney's going to be able to get to it. Left-handed tip. Don't think that got a touch on it. And turn, you can hear the Irish coaching staff talking to their players, trying to not let that momentum slip that they got from winning that tight opening set.
The pass is just being rushed a little bit. They won't have to do that now, but that's something that's just right now. Serve reception is a bit too low. When your serve reception is that low, your setter can't get to the ball as effectively, and as a result, your offense is not going to run it at all.
As into the net. As Northern Ireland struggling to get it, and first time we've really seen this serve receive unit break down on multiple occasions.
Yeah, maybe reverting back to that serve in the pass game we were talking about earlier on. It's always going to be important to put that ball in play.
McBurney, much better pass, miscommunication of what they wanted to run. And now big swing, but well dug out. McBurney's been terrific on that end of the floor. Longer rally again. Big cross-court swing by Emma Burney. It's so good to see Ireland being aggressive from the backcourt.
Yeah, I mean, haven't seen many backcourt attacks this time coming from number 8, Emma Byrne. Right side, not hesitant at all, out of system, manages to get her body under the ball, and gets the kill.
Mooney into the block, so out of system for Northern Ireland. Slide running, but unfortunately just a little bit too long by Sweeney. Donaghy couldn't get round to it. But we've seen Ireland start to go to the slide attack, just try and change some of the angles.
I'm not sure if this is something they practice often, but we haven't seen it applied that much in game. I'm curious to see whether they use that option a bit more.
As the swing by Byrne into the net. So Northern Ireland back into the lead. For Fraser, and she'll now play defense. Sweeney's going to get there. Be a free ball for Northern Ireland. Goes just over the net, and attempted kill by Clark. And this time she can't quite squeeze, press down enough, and Byrne will get the point, and we're back to within 1, and the Irish men are in full voice.
I was just gonna say that. I thought that was a soundtrack.
As Sweeney tries to go over, blocked by Allen. And McBurney and Calvin not on the same page on that back line. Almost left it to each other. McBurney got a hand on it, but not enough to control.
I'm not really sure whether in the Northern Irish camp they have their position 6 coming all deep balls, but maybe a bit too deep for McBurney, clearly making her frustrations known.
3 ball given up again by Northern Ireland. Calvin on the dig. And another point as Fraser able to get the block touch, and Northern Ireland's defense couldn't quite get to it to keep it alive, and Ireland into the lead, the first of the set. But we're still tight, 9-8 to Ireland as middle. Little two-handed tip by Patterson, can't find the floor. And again, Fraser really starting to line up and see the block well and make decisions from it.
Yeah, seems like the Northern Irish block is shading towards that cross court right now, and so far Ireland have noticed that and picked it apart.
Yeah, and we saw it again. It's the passing started to break down for Northern Ireland. They're not being able to quite run offense, and when they haven't quite been on the same page with what they're going to do with the ball, and it's led to them not really being able to play offense by attacking. It's about more survival.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make the smart plays, put the other team in a difficult position right now. That's something I think Ireland can improve. I mean, they're up 10-8, but so far the serving, I think you can get a couple more points forcing Northern Ireland out of system. I mean, you don't want to serve at McBurney right now. She's on a roll in serve reception and defense, so trying to aim away, maybe try and go for the front court outside in Grace Allen right now in position 5, but still aims at McBurney. Ignore whatever I just said. Go hard for a float serve and get the ace instead.
So it's Byrne again, back to serve. Much better by Ireland, but still can't find the floor for Northern Ireland. But in system, middle attack blocked and recycled. Clark was super aggressive. Both defenses stepping up. It's going to be a 3-meter swing and a kill for Emma Byrne, and the two Burns really dictating this Irish attack right now.
Yeah, it seems like they're taking matters into their own hands. They've got the power, and Fraser has the finesse on the left side. Sweeney making the right decisions, noticing a shift in the court, in the block, and goes far side.
Mooney from the back goes cross court, middle for Ireland, but can't get to go. Fake slide, goes the opposite way. As a little bit too much on it from Grace Allen. Just got a little bit flat-footed, wasn't able to move her weight around quick enough to really be aggressive. And Amir Byrne continues this serving run. Has another middle attack, and Byrne quite can't make the defensive play, and a much needed point for Northern Ireland.
And Northern Ireland have a bit of a gap to climb up now, 9-13. 4 points is quite a lot in volleyball, but that can all change with one service run.
Yeah, it was 7 straight points for Ireland.
Yep.
As low serve well got to, but Northern Ireland were going to get the free ball with enough depth on it, and the swing wide of the antenna. And it's not just quite gone for Northern Ireland. That was going to be a free ball, but the depth on it just found the perfect part of the court where they couldn't really set up the offense.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of what we were more used to seeing. Northern Ireland are generally a well-organized team when it comes to free ball transition, but that time mishandling it and always going to be difficult.
As off the top of the net, on the swing by Calvin, into the block. This has been a strong point for Northern Ireland. They've done a good job on the front court blocking, as Calvin has to go with the left hand and she can't connect with the opposite hand, and the lead is suddenly 6.
Yeah, I think Jenna Clark would have liked to give the ball a bit more peak for Gemma Calvin to, that ball was probably too fast, zooming straight out of her hitting window. Maybe some setting adjustments needed to be made. Try to simplify the offense. Right now, maybe some slower offense will do it, but difficult to say with this big gap forming right now.
And the Northern Ireland, back to what they started with. Focus on serve receive, get a good quality pass in, and really then start to run the offense, which realistically they've not been able to do for a while now. As Donaghy on the service line, she goes down the line. Again, having to wait on it, and a misplay by Connolly. It's always tough for a to play it. You know you set her somewhere near it, but if you're not sure she can get there, it's one of those better to play it than.
I haven't been able to get in system a lot this set. That's been shown in the scoreline.
As the tip over, Sweeney goes for the pipe. It was Byrne who was there, can't find the kill, and Northern Ireland get a free ball, short middle attack. Strong block by Sweeney, Northern Ireland going to keep it alive. Another long rally backcourt. This is where Ireland have had success, and they do again. That backcourt attack is really paying off for Ireland, and Northern Ireland just can't quite contain it.
Yeah, I like the decision making on the Irish side right now. You know, in that kind of a messy rally, last thing you want to do is force a fast offense. I mean, you got an option back row, court, and that time she delivers.
Sweeney. Maloney goes short, cross court. Sweeney, the setter, gets to it from position one. Great awareness as Calvin rolls over the top. Back set, and Byrne just misses the end line. That was so close. As they try and do what Ireland did in set number one and come from behind.
Yeah, so close. Gap open right there, unable to take it, but still it's all Northern Ireland to gain. Ireland needs to defend this lead.
As a rare misplay on the pass by Nareardon. Sweeney, another back set, and this time pushes it wide was Fraser.
Yeah, a couple sets to the right side now. 2 errors in a row from that side. Not exactly sure if that's, a setting error, but
I'd like to say I know what happened, but I've got no idea what happened.
I think, judging by the gestures made by the Northern Irish coach, I think the second referee saw a touch of the block from that right side hit.
Not going to lie, I didn't.
I mean,
but
the referee's got a better angle than us, so...
I can say, one thing I'm definitely not is a referee.
Exactly.
As Calvin pushes it into the net.
Irish fans in the crowd getting lively right now, and so are the Irish players on the sideline.
McBurney again being tested on serve receive, deep into the court. Well played by Fraser.
Almost dug over and in. On just a reaction save, and unfortunately didn't go their way. But Ireland are putting up some defense right now. Great out of system setting, and out of system Ireland are actually looking a bit more structured, which is what's winning them this set right now.
As double touch called, and a little bit of momentum for Northern Ireland, so Ireland just gonna try and take the sting out of it, still with a 5-point lead, 18-13, but great to see the fight from this Northern Ireland team. They don't want to go down easily.
Yeah, I mean, credit to them. They have to keep their standards high if they want to get back into this 5-point gap. With the Irish setter front row, they've only got 2 options. to use. So it's a chance for Northern Ireland to remain disciplined and structured on blocking and try and get some big momentum points here. Get the crowd going on their side. Northern Irishmen aren't fans.
Calvin pushes the serve along as Northern Ireland trying to find a way back in, but you need to get balls in play to do that. Team has perfect pass, middle attack, rejected by Donaghy. We've not seen many block kills by Ireland, but there's one.
That's a big one. To earn that 20th point in the set, I don't think you will want any other way other than a block. That stuff's gonna build so much momentum for them. Now an ace of two. Back-to-back huge plays, huge swing in the momentum.
And that Ireland change will be at setter. Shannon Linus wearing 8 will come in. Give a break to Jenna Clark. High pass. Another middle attack. And again, Amy Oliver really struggling. Ireland have really started to key on her. And the block is really starting to form and cause issues.
Yeah, that's 2 for 2 for Donaghy there. Very well aware of the situation, shifting her feet and just reaching over. Doesn't have to get too high to block.
Again, great attempt by Ireland, the initial touch by Fraser, and the setter, TJ Sweeney, not giving up on it, but not able to convert over. And it'll be Amy Oliver back on the service line. Off the net tape and an overpass by Naridin, and strong angle by Maloney, but she misses.
Yep, error starting to not as consistent as the first one, but from Northern Ireland, we start to feel a bit sense of fear from the attackers, and that one might have been forced right as we get a service error.
Byrne found it. So Mooney to serve, great pass. Again, good positioning on the back. Short ball, a little bit of an overpass, but tipped onto the line. You can see the shock on Sweeney's face, but really nice awareness to just tip it over, and lucky enough to find the line, and brings up set points for a 2-set lead.
Yeah, Ireland just seemed to find every possible momentum point in these 20s. Now they got set point.
And that lead is confirmed. 25-15. Ireland take it after the error by Grace Allen. And Ireland really just making them work for it. The defence from Ireland a lot better in setting them to. Started to get blocks, really understand the middle was coming for Northern Ireland, and now this Northern Irish team needs to make a big adjustment.
To be made, but let's not forget that Ireland needs to remain consistent. Even with that big margin, it does not matter. You've got to continue to execute at the high level that they did. I mean, notably how they've been So they've got a lot of playmakers on that court. Donaghy coming on with 2 big blocks. TJ Sweeney with that crucial dump into the corner.
As the finals going on the back, and we are close to a championship points for his Irish team. Obviously, the impact of the bench TJ Sweeney's had in the first tournament has been big. Obviously, a lot of experience will help him. Most cap player coming in, got a load of experience, but it's so nice to see that younger generation coming through.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in like American football and the NFL, so often do we see one veteran quarterback and one rookie quarterback. Kind of there's that mentorship relationship established, on and more. It'll be interesting to see.
As Scotland claim the gold medal over on court number 1, 3-1 victory over England. Very tight final set. England were ahead for most of it, but Scotland pulled through 25-14, 25-8, 18-25 and 25-22. So congratulations to Scotland. And that means we've got one more medal up for grabs. As about to get underway, set number 3. As expected, no changes by Ireland. As Mooney nearly finds the winner, but Ireland again with strong defense. And they're going to call a double touch on Linus. So Ireland starting set number 3 with Fraser, Sweeney, Maloney, and then the front court, Connolly, and the 2 Burns as Allen, Linus. Trying to again find Amy Oliver in the middle, but she can't connect on the swing.
Yeah, pretty interesting that Linus off for the middle, a bit off the net. Might be something the coach instructed her to do when she came on the court.
As Oliver. And Allen from the back pushes it, and Emma Byrne left it, but left it to absolutely nobody.
Yeah, I mean, that's very frustrating. In Germany, we call that the Spider-Man meme. We're just pointing at each other and kind of look a bit silly, shall we say.
Serve off the net tape, but well handled by Byrne, making up for the error on the previous point. Good cover by Northern Ireland, but it's a free ball. Sweeney back set again. Late getting over was Calvin and couldn't quite control the block.
Yeah, brave play there from Sweeney. Failed on that first back set, but adjusted quickly, giving Byrne that kill. Maybe run a bit too fast of a tempo for her at the moment. Especially as a right side, you kind of want to be given that time to try and find that line, but Byrne deals with that one well.
As Byrne again told by her teammates to swing Allen from the back. Block there by Northern Ireland, but recycled pipe. A little touch again. Another longer rally. Great angle. Gets Ireland scrambling, but they can handle it. Oliver gets rejected And it's a big block for Donaghy.
Donaghy again, she just seems to be reading the Irish offense like a book right now. Always following the middle blocker and that time committing again off the be quick.
It's Calvin. Another backcourt attack, but again, just a miss hit by Grace Allen and this Northern Irish team. Kind of the bench has gone a little quiet. You can tell they're frustrated. They're not playing as well as they know they can.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to what happened in the gold medal match. You know, for the men's, Scotland weren't able to get that enthusiasm, that energy, and Northern Ireland needs to find a way to have a couple players really step up and bring energy.
And that will get you going.
Exactly. Who else would you look at other than your captain, Amy Oliver, down the middle this time? You just need one or two players, even if you're not executing, at least hold the right attitude and mentality to pull your team out of this.
As Byrne, again, an attacking swing, trying to be aggressive, but a little bit too much on it. But I think if you're the Irish coaches, you don't mind those errors because they're trying to do the right thing and they're trying to play with an intent.
Yeah. The intent was clear, hit high hands. Didn't go this way for now, but now they get another good pass to work with.
Yeah, ball trickling on the net tape over on the Northern Ireland side, and the back set attempt not quite legal by Linus. Overpass. McBurney in a good position to avoid the point going to the Irish's way, but not for long, as again Grace Allen can't quite time her connection up, pushes it wide.
Yeah, it's a bit of an uncharacteristic showing for the Northern Irish outsides right now. Grace Allen usually able to find that line with a roll shot, often tooling the block.
And again, they're going to call double touch. It's something that clearly referees have picked up on, and I wonder if they have to go back with the setter change.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so tough as a setter, you know. You think you got a clean set off, referee doesn't think so. It's a subjective call, so he's going to hold consistent standards throughout. And as a setter, it's just so heartbreaking to see.
So Jenna Clark back in. And again, middle attack being run, and Oliver can't quite connect. And this game is starting to creep away from Northern Ireland. They need a big momentum shift shortly. They're going to have a chance to pull off the reverse sweep. And good early call on the serve by Byrne. That was going out of court. As into the block, recycled, but it's going to be a scrambling point once again. Sweeney sets for the pipe. Another middle attack run by Northern Ireland. They're just struggling to find a way to get this ball down, and they do eventually if Allen gets the hands.
There it is. That's what Allen's good at. On the fast tempo set to the outside to the pin. Allen always being able to find that outside hand, but what a great rally from both teams, defensively picking up balls.
Backcourt, aggressive swing once again, and this is the real difference between the two teams, is the ability from the back row to back line on the attack to be aggressive and cause errors and find winners.
Yeah, I haven't seen that back row attack from Byrne too often just yet, but maybe something that TJ Sweeney remembered halfway through. Time to use that backcourt option a little more.
Sweeney trying to find Captain Fraser, who's been a little bit quiet in this set, but she makes the hitting error, and Ireland are going to talk it over. Still got a 3-point lead, but Northern Ireland, who felt flat for a little bit and suddenly found their energy and confidence once again.
Yeah, a couple of attacking errors in a row. I mean, it doesn't look like they're struggling on serve reception. It's just kind of that offensive rhythm that they're lacking. Coach is probably going to try and talk it over about decisions, trying to vary your offense. I mean, I don't think I've seen a tip either short or deep this game yet, so it might be a tool they might draw on. Northern Ireland, this is a chance where they can really try and establish what they're trying to do on defense, especially after this serve right here. I think Tara Mooney is the one to serve, so setter's front row. You don't have to push the setter too tight, so it will be interesting to see.
As out of the timeout, can Northern Ireland continue this run of momentum? And they do. Allen finds the floor. I think they've got a little bit touch off the block, and that just killed it in front of that back row. Can Ireland respond? They'll go to their captain, Fraser. Great athletic set. Coming from the front row into the backcourt was Jenna Clark. McBurney. Northern Ireland able to keep it alive, but Allen can't quite roll, put enough topspin on it to find the floor early enough. But more positive signs from Northern Ireland. They're starting to just find that rhythm that we saw early in set one.
Yeah, McBurney correctly positioned herself there for that cross-court swing. Couldn't quite keep it on her side, but this time Northern Ireland can't be affording service errors like that at the moment. They're only 2 points ahead right now, and they worked so hard to get such strong leads in all the other sets. Just need to start thinking about that balance between aggression and finesse. Take care of that ball.
Free ball for Northern Ireland. Set outside. Again, Calvin's not had the success we've seen. Off the net take, great diving dig. And they're going to call a violation on Ireland, but it doesn't matter. I think that should almost go down as a kill for Patterson, because that ball was hitting the floor no matter what.
Yeah, great kill by Patterson, but what a dig by Tara Mooney there. Putting her body on the floor, digging that ball.
And can Northern Ireland suddenly get their way back in and tie up? Middle run for Ireland. And Connolly with the kill. We've seen Ireland have not go to the middle a lot, but when they have run it with success. As Calvin tries to tip it over, but just undersells it a little bit.
A great containing block by Patterson. It looks like she's frustrated, but good to see that her teammates are trying to keep her spirits up. But that was a tough serve by Sweeney, flat and deep.
As nearly a great block by Jenna Clark, the setup. But Northern Ireland lost that little bit of momentum, and they're going to be talking over down 14-10 as they try and find a way to make this 5 sets. As pretty 50-50 on the crowd. Not surprised with both men's team waiting. We do have the medal presentation not long after this game. As out of timeout, an ace straight away for Sweeney. Attacking McBurney. This time, McBurney able to make the pass, and that ball just long, no touch. Northern Ireland looked frustrated with that one.
Yeah, that serve was just about out. That was basically the most aggressive area you can have. I think that missed out just by a millimeter.
As leaning back to keep it in play was Frazel, and Northern Ireland able to find the kill. And substitution coming for Northern Ireland. Into the game wearing number 7, Olivia Cuthbert, who we've not seen yet today. She'll replace Calvin. And down the seam goes Fraser. Again, trying to see those mistakes sometimes with no libero on court and 2 middles. That back line defense isn't as strong.
Yeah, definitely. That gap's been exploited today, I think. The position 5 to 6, right in between that seam. Not sure. Always doesn't seem like they're sure who's going to get that ball, but free ball for Ireland.
Cross-court swing, block touch, and that keeps the point alive. And Amy Oliver able to get it over and onto the Irish side. They can't legally keep the ball up. But really nice by Amy Oliver to sprint over and get there. Sweeney, little tip, well got to by McBurney, and Oliver will put it over but put it wide.
Great call for a whole team. You can just tell Ireland right now are in very high spirits. Everybody's involved, whether you're on or off the court. It doesn't matter. They're one team here. Great dig there by Fraser.
Again, the Irish defence has made this really difficult for Northern Ireland to find the floor. Oliver recycled possession. And there's Tara Mooney. She's gone quiet since early in set number 1, but if she can get going, that'll give Northern Ireland a chance to claw their way back into this. They need to make a run right now. Middle again by Ireland. I think Oliver, they're saying Oliver got a touch on it. Hard to tell from here. The Northern Ireland bench are mad. Can they win the point regardless? Allen into the block. Sweeney calling for it. It's going to set pipe. And that ball goes long. And the Northern Irish coaching staff are fired up. He's going to be very close to a card. I think you're surprised you didn't get one.
Yeah, I mean, it's an emotional game. You just got to remain composed though. Your team is down. Understandable.
And hitting error by Fraser from the pipe. And suddenly the gap is back to 3. No panic yet from Ireland, but the Northern Ireland team feel like they've got some momentum, and we saw in set 1 a big comeback late on.
It feels like they got some energy from feeling like they've been done wrong previously by that call, but
as Cuthbert with the serving error.
Yeah, right as they build some momentum, it just crumbles in this one. Service errors are so detrimental when you've got something building on offense and you want to defend again for another chance. Unable to do on this one.
McBurney. Oliver again trying to find it. Another pipe attack and finding the angle away to the right. And all of a sudden Ireland closing in on a sweep. As Oliver, after the block touch, gets a opportunity, finds the floor. Sweeney into the block of Mooney, goes Byrne. Another pipe attack, and again, just a little bit of miscommunication. Cuthbert and Clark both going for the same ball.
I'm not sure if it's by design, but it seems like every time Ireland are out of system, they put the ball in between the players. Again, that seam between 1 and 6, not clear who's supposed to cross over. Usually, the defense would make sure they cross over each other's pass just so they can defend that ball, but so far, Northern Ireland haven't been able to find that seam consistently.
Yeah, and Ireland 4 points away from closing us out. Reminder, we will have presentations following this game. That'll be over on Court 1. Obviously, we will bring a quick player of the game into you as well before those presentations go underway here at the National Volleyball Centre. What has been a really exciting and dramatic weekend of volleyball.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got loads of surprising results. Only one 5-setter, but still a very high standard of volleyball, high standard of competition here.
Allen trying to find the winner, but defense by Ireland has been the nature of the game. And then the captain, Emily Fraser, stepping up, finding the cross-court winner.
Yeah, that seam in the block again. Sweeney consistently delivering that ball to the outside, leaving gaps for them to use.
As Northern Ireland nearly keep it alive, the ball does indeed go over.
Almost ping-pong defense on the Northern Irish side.
And you can just tell the heads have started to drop.
Yeah.
With Ireland now just 2 points away. That's tight to go over, and Sweeney finds the kill. And we move to 8 match points for Ireland. The Irish men definitely being the loudest in the gym.
I think they're chanting TJ right now. Seems like a crowd favorite, but here we go.
And it's Amir Byrne, the ball creeps over. That was so close to the ace.
I think we had the entire Irish crowd going to storm onto court.
Amir Byrne, the youngest of the team here. That would have been a great moment for her, but maybe she can find a swing. As Tara Mooney's going to have to serve well here. Tight set, Sweeney tries to find the winner, doesn't go. Going to go over into the hands of Nareardon. Haven't talked much about the liberos as Byrne goes for the big swing, but we haven't talked a lot about the Irish liberos, but that's because they haven't done a lot wrong. They've just been really rock solid.
Honestly, I think that's one of the biggest compliments you can give to the libero. When you don't notice any passes going wrong for them, that means they're doing their job to perfection. And Nareardon and Maloney both doing a great job, always focused, regardless of when they switch out or switch in, they're always on point. And just out of this timeout, coach reminding them to not get complacent here, 24-18. We've seen teams lose this kind of position before.
So still 2 opportunities gone, but still plenty for Ireland as Tara Mooney. Long set, captain Emily Fraser, cross court, swing to perfection, and Ireland will claim victory 29-27, 25-15, 25-18, and really the defense carried them through.
Yeah, who else but your captain Emily Fraser with the kill in the end. That defense there. Ireland were just more composed today in transition situations, able to find winning points out of system, finding the gaps of the court, and they've deserved it, honestly. I mean, it's great to see the men's side as well taking a win, a crucial win in their final game, and I'm sure that'll be a happy road trip home here from Kettering all the way to Ireland.
Yeah, and obviously for Northern Ireland, a lot of positives from the tournament as well. Didn't quite have their best performance today. But lots of growth opportunities as well. This is time. Yeah. Final things through and planned. But yeah, for Northern Ireland, not their best performance, Dennis, but still some positives from the tournament, and especially it's about to grow.
Yeah, I mean, they brought a big mix of youth and experienced players. I mean, we keep mentioning McBurney. They're one of the scrappiest teams, and that all starts from defense. I mean, the aim of the game is to keep the ball off the court, and right base every time, keeping that ball up with any part of their body, really. And yeah, it's been a great tournament for them overall. I'm sure they've brought back a lot of experiences and lessons that they can bring home. And I mean, for Ireland, same goes to them. They managed to clean up their, I think they've improved a lot over this weekend. You know, starting off against very tough competition against England, and now they've responded very well, developed throughout the entire course of this tournament.
Yeah, both teams, well, Ireland getting some pictures taken on court. The trophy presentation and medal ceremony for the whole event, both sides, will happen at 3 o'clock. So make sure you stay with us as some of the silverware and trophies will be handed out. We will still bring you a post-game interview up here to wrap up this conclusion. And obviously for Ireland, I think the pleasing thing is how many young players they've got on this roster. We'll talk to one of them in a minute without giving it away, but yeah, and a lot of people making debuts as well, and they've definitely risen to the occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a nice kind of stepping stone kind of a tournament here. 4 countries, very busy schedules. They balanced it well, and yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And we'll take a very quick break here from Kettering. Rejoin us in a couple of minutes and we'll give you a player of the game interview. But congratulations to Ireland winning this game 29-27, 25-15 and 25-18 to clinch 3rd place here at the Five Nations. welcome back to Kettering here. Obviously, delighted to come away with third place and back-to-back victories over Northern Ireland.
Yeah, it's a great feeling.
And obviously for you, this is your debut tournament. Saw some nerves on day one, but just talk about the experience. So talk about your teammates and how they've helped you move on and grow and give you confidence.
They've been amazing. They've been encouraging me the whole time. They've been giving me feedback throughout, telling me. So.
And obviously today came in off the bench and got to play some extended minutes. Just how comfortable were you feeling towards the end of set 2 and set 3?
After playing for a few minutes, I started to settle into it. So, and with the help of all the girls, it really helped. It was great.
And you say the girls, got to give a special mention to the boys as well. How nice is it playing with them?
They were unreal. I love their chance.
And obviously nice to see them bring a third place medal home,
yes.
Going through the stress of that. But for you, your first tournament, how much confidence is it going to give you to go back home and continue the rest of the league season?
I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to do it.
How important younger it's around to really help kind of start your international career?
Oh, I love having all the younger ones. It's very exciting to see how much we're all growing together. And I can't wait to see what it brings in the future.
Well, I'm sure you've made a few people very happy back home, and congratulations on Player of the Game and